Alright, welcome to my first Let's Play I've ever done. So, I chose to start with Final Fantasy Legend 2. It's going to be a bit of a long game, but I absolutely love this game series. I wanted to show it off to my friends and a couple other people and whoever else is interested. If you like watching Let's Plays, well, hopefully I don't make this too boring. I am going to do this a non-save state thing, so if I screw up, if I die or whatever, completely playing by the rules. The only time I'm going to save state is I'm going to save state when I save the game, just as a little backup method, just in case my save file, something goes wrong with it. And there is actually 2 parts of the game I want to save state on purpose, maybe 3, but that's only because of a choice thing, and the choice thing is so minor, it's like, it's literally only a, it's like a time taker thing. I have to probably show you it when you get to that part. But it's trust me, it's totally legit save state parts, and I will definitely warn when I do it. But other than that, the actual core gameplay, I am not save state. And this is actually the remake of an old game from the Game Boy called Final Fantasy Legend 2. When Square had it, they were doing the SaGa series over in Japan, and they brought it over as Legend. I'm actually not really too fluent on why. I'm guessing probably because of the name, perhaps. Maybe just SaGa, maybe it was a movie that it was going to conflict with or cause it to stir, but who knows. But the guys from Crimson Nocturnal, I believe that was who they were. They did a really good translation of this game a couple years ago, and when I saw it was a remake, I was like, I flipped. I love this game, and it did it justice. Now, the only reason I'm going to do a New Game Plus, it's pretty minor. The New Game Plus only carries over your dictionary and like a few items that you might be able to get at the end of the game. How it works is there's a shop that you can sell your old items to when you finish your game, and you can purchase it later, but it's at like 4 times amount. But I'm going to do it just so I can keep my save file rolling, but I'm not going to be like flipping out over what's it called? Over data and such. Now there is one thing I did want to show first, real quick. Give me 1 second here to... No, okay, I'm gonna back up. The quality of this game, I did my best to emulate it. It actually looks beautiful on the phone. I use Drastic. It's a paid version of Drastic. It looks amazing. I have a screenshot here for what it looks like, and I'm gonna show another picture that I took earlier when I was trying to mimic the quality, and I can't do it. I really can't make it look just like it. Let me just put it in the corner here. Oop, that's a breast. Okay, ignore that breast. Yeah, see, there it is right there. I tried to make it look like it, and there was no way I could match that quality. It is like, I don't know what it is. It's that line edge detection thing that they did. It looks really good, and I really applaud the guys at Drastic for doing that. So without wasting more time me yakking, let me get started here. I'm just going to run a New Game Plus off of the one I had. Let me see here if it lets me. Okay, I have to load it from an old game, so I can't load it from. Okay, that's smart. I can't load it from a game I already was in progress. The story sticks pretty much straight on to what Legend 2 is. If you don't have to play you don't have to play Legend 2 or even Legend 1 for that matter. The stories are all separate. They're kind of like the Final Fantasy series. I am going to be not so talkative as the game's actually playing. I will kind of pipe up about a couple things that I know about the original game, comparisons, but for the most part, I'm not going to speak as much. But hey, that might change, and who knows, might turn into a crazy I talk too much Let's Play. The other thing I'm gonna do is if it gets really slow, I'm going to use the fast forward button because I know some of these fights get really, really long. But anyway, for right now, let's start it off here. Yes, this is one of the first few games I've ever played that I had to create a character system. In the original Legend game, you only had one graphic for everybody. Now they actually have 4 graphics, and 4 color decisions for each person. The difference between each person is actually just the human, Esper, Mecha, and Monster. In the original game, it was called Mutant instead of Esper, and it was still robot. It was robot and just Monster. Humans all around, just like any other game. They also developed the better sword skills. I forget if the females are better with agility-based weapons. Espers / mutants are actually kind of a hybrid of monster and human. They learn monster traits and abilities, and they can use some gear. Robots have a unique ability where they cannot lose any weapon to breaking, like durability loss. However, they have to rest and in order to get their durability back. I'll explain more as we play. And monster, these guys are pretty. The best way I can explain them is they're a support class because their stats never raise. Their stats equal to the monsters in the game, so a human and a mutant will overtake them. They're fun to take for 2 reasons. One, because they're always changing, and they have a lot of support abilities that actually hit like the whole field. Monster abilities are very unique, and there's actually one monster in the game that has the only revive item in the game outside of the final helper character that I won't spoil. And my favorite playthrough, I prefer 2 humans and 2 Espers, or 2 humans and 2 mutants, depending on which version you're playing. But for the sake of this game, I'm gonna probably go one, and I'm gonna go 1 of each. So I'm gonna start with human male. I'll make myself Theridian, as I usually do. I think I chose that color scheme in another game. This is gonna look very strange because I'm gonna use my usual. Hold on a second. Can I do? Yeah, it's 1 letter off. Had that giant bar. Yeah, that's right. Okay, I'm gonna do the usual shortening I do of it. 3RDIAN. Yeah. Don't worry, I'm gonna show the other characters in a bit, like how they look like and such. I'll try not to go so fast for some of the talking sequences. Oh, might I add, it actually is fairly neat to see your character at a younger age. The robot doesn't change at all, I don't think. Oh, on the desk, the Game Boy. And I'm assuming the monster wouldn't change either, but like I said, I usually start main character with a human or a mutant, so. Also, the story is dead on to what the original was. There's practically maybe 1% difference, like little bits and pieces here and there that are different from the original game. But well, I'm talking about the original translation. So whether or not the guys who fan translated it have took their own liberties, or if they just wanted to keep it like the original, that's still up in the air. But heck, I'm happy that it's still stuck the same. Cooking without moving hands. Mom is a mental telepathy person. Or not telepathy, telekinesis person. They didn't animate her because I have one very bad part of this information to say, and that is that she does not come back at all in the game until the very, very end. Also, I'm going to avoid talking to every single person in town, so that way if somebody wants to actually go and play this game after I do, or whatnot, you guys can have your own experience with the game. It's not useful whatsoever. The spirit mirror is... I don't know a single time when I would ever use it, except as a kid when I was just like, oh, how does this work? Oh, I see how it works. I'd use it once and then forget about it. As much as I want to take a robot, I'm like, I don't know. I kind of want to do two humans and an Esper and a monster, because the robot starts really strong because it has a gun to start, and it does not level up at all. No levels. It has every piece of gear equipped to it determines its stat bonuses, and it's okay. I'm not like I mean I used to love playing the robot, to have the robot as my main character. It was always the thing. I named him like Tank or Rob or something because I was a little kid, of course, at the time. But at the end of the game, the robot just kind of, I don't know, it just kind of falters. I don't know what happens, but it just has this really weird curve down. Now, in this version of the game, they actually did a little bit more to it. They gave him the ability to use magic if you'd use one of his equipment slots as something called a magical circuit. But I don't recommend it because you probably couldn't get him up. I don't think you could get the robot up to enough magical power for him to be useful. The only thing you could do is just drop that on him so he could use the heal staff, that one that heals to like full HP. Or Book of Revival, or whichever it is. There's a heal 100% HP, but it requires that you to have at least one magic point. And let's start with making another. Let's see here. I'll show the models off. Might as well. Here's your females. You have your regular ponytail, the Mega Neko one, the just a cute short one, and the one with little twin tails. Your Esper males, you got all shirtless dudes. Just the hairstyle on the base, some of the textures change. I'll show the colors just because. There you go. Okay, your females. Their outfits don't change a lot either. I don't, and oh god, that hairstyle. I hate that hairstyle. Every game has to have one dreaded hairstyle. The robots actually have a fairly odd number of looks to them. Like you have Catbot here, this German tank-looking futuristic robot thing, and these two one has tank treads, one has hover feet. And anyway, And the monsters, you have literally 3 monsters to start with. That's it. And they're just, all I can say is that, no, they're pretty poor. They got a little bit better in this game, but they're not that great. I'm going to go ahead and bite the bullet and do an old school team. Let me grab, yeah, you know what? Just for the fun of it. Just because my wife, who's in the corner over there, name her Lindsay, even though she wouldn't be a magician at all. And I misspelled her name, and she's gonna kill me later. There. We'll go ahead and do a rope. I'll bite the bullet and do a robot. Just to show. Not sure which one to take though. Let's try this one. And I'm colorblind. How's the catbot one look? That's alright. Yeah, we'll just take this one and name him Tank. Just for old time's sake. And we'll go with the monster. I suggest the dragon because, well, let's put it this way: these guys are how this game works for monsters is there's tiers of monsters. The imp/familiar and the slime are tier 1. The mini dragon is, I think, either tier 2 or tier 3. So I usually say to take the dragon. I'm gonna name him something pretty ambiguous. Let's do. I think I did Toby originally for my old game. I always named the monster Toby for something. I don't know why. Let's do Faye. Reason why is we're gonna get males and females. And, how about Farron? There we go. Farron. Okay. Oh, also, I did mention about the whole weapon system and such. There is a reason I say that. This is one of the few games that has a weapon system that, as you use items, they deteriorate and break. And the robot, the compensation for it has anything you give him, it has automatically half their ability, but whenever you say at an end, goes right back up to full. Oh, also, he always has this anti-paralyze and poison slot. So technically, he only has 7 equipment slots. Everybody else has 8. There really is no point to exploring the entirety of the base town. Your mom's place can heal you for an inn for free. And this person, I believe, gives a potion, yeah. And the only other thing I can say that's kind of funny is no matter what race you pick for their people, they always have some weird monster or some other creature as their family. So Lindsay's mom or dad right there is a mushroom. One of them's a skeleton. Oh, hey Phoenix. Yeah, this is beautiful. This is a beautiful translation by Crimson Nocturnal. I mean, if you just do a quick search for SaGa 2 translated, it is there. You'll be able to find a version of it, and you can also find a translation patch pretty easy too. Yeah, blah blah blah. All he's gonna do is tell you that the enemies you can actually dodge enemies in this game to avoid combats. I'm going to at least dodge some of them, but I'll grab at least a couple of enemies just to show how it works. Although, I have one problem with the first partner you get, which is your teacher, and that is he is way too freaking powerful for this game. Now, there is one other thing the game did. This command right here, do nothing. That is a godsend in this game, because originally, everybody has to do something. Unless you completely de-equip them. So yeah, that's the problem with the teacher. Now this is the thing I was talking about the meat thing. I'm gonna just hit which one's my save state real quick. I am gonna save state here just because of oh, don't boo at me. I'm only gonna save state here because I'm not gonna eat the meat. I just want to show you an example of what happens when you do. The dragon turns to a beetle. And unfortunately, the way the damage system works is they don't do damage correctly. Like, the monsters have this really oddball damage. I don't know why. But anyway, I'm not going to eat. I'll eat some meat eventually, but not right now. Let me get at least out of the first area. Yeah, I'm not going to avoid all the battles. I just want to at least get through a couple parts of it. And of course, and just like most games, if you attack an enemy while they're not noticing you, you get a free strike on them. And if they hit you from behind, they get a strike on you. Yeah, now, and this is the reason why it's nice, because if you want your people to level up, and, well, they don't level up like with experience points, they level up by what they're using to attack. So, if somebody uses a longsword, they get more strength. If somebody uses a rapier or a bow, they get faster. And like I said earlier, your people suck early on, so it kind of does suck that your teacher is like, can one-shot everything in the first area. So it leaves a little bit much to be desired. They did add one more thing to this for this combat system. Well, actually, there's a couple things, but they add one more main element, and that's if you use a weapon enough, like a weapon type like longswords or guns, you'll actually get more proficient, and that increases your accuracy. And you have some people that start by default with higher accuracy. Like the robot has higher accuracy with anything gun-oriented. The human males are proficient in longswords and I forget what else. I think the female humans are proficient in taijutsu, I think. Oh, that's another thing. Depending on who you fight, your mutant Esper will learn abilities based on what they fight. So she just learned anti-poison, poison with a circle, because that's what it's always been. So circle is good, X is bad. Oh, so anyway, yeah, as I was saying about this Esper thing, they have technically these guys only have 4 slots for anything. So I usually do is I'll give them like 2 or 3 pieces of armor instead of 4. And let them have their 4 slots for skills and one melee weapon. Well, melee/physical weapon, I should say. Oh, another thing too, since we have overworld things, you can actually link enemy battles to get more enemies in one combat. It gives you, I think, it gives you a little bit more experience. Plus, I don't know, I just like larger scale battles. They're always fun to me. And I'm gonna explain something a little bit whenever we get to more enemies in the group. You have attacks that actually can hit the whole party, or the whole enemy group, and there are attacks that only hit certain enemies. It's a little confusing, but it'll make sense whenever you start seeing it. Hey Phoenix, can you tell me am I coming through okay? I'm gonna skip eating the meat here. Is my voice coming through okay? I'm pretty sure it is. I made some adjustments a little bit ago. Oh, this is what I was talking about. You have a group of 3 jaguars. Now, there are attacks that hit a group of enemies and attacks that hit every single enemy. I don't know why they do it like that. They just decided that was a fun idea. And actually, I can dig it. So, like, for instance, Flame for the dragon and the Esper hits everything, and the teacher's fire spell hits just one group. So he can just torch the whole group at once. Not overly interesting, but like I said, he's a little bit boring to start with. Alright, thanks, Phoenix. Excuse me. Oh, there was one more battle thing they added in, which I absolutely love. When you hit X, you actually can tell your party, okay, this person's gonna attack first. So I'm actually gonna show. There's actually a reason for that, and I will show whenever we get to the next part of the game. There we go. The only thing is you can't throw your helper person into that set. And it does actually lower your agility if you tell someone to attack first. No, they actually did give him a little more attack power. Cause I don't remember the dragon's claws actually doing damage originally. Probably should have done that for example. There is no revive in this game. There is literally no well. There is revive, but it's not like an item you can't buy Phoenix Downs. You can't buy anything that can raise you back up. You have to literally wait to after combat. There is only one. There's two things in the game that can revive, and one is attached to a helper person, and the second thing is one of the monsters does get a revive item. I don't know how it's an item. You got me, but that's just how it is. Oh, the teacher also has a cure. I forgot about that. And while I'm at, let me just do a basic, good old-fashioned save real quick. And I'll save to slot. I'll save this slot here. I just realized I probably did the wrong. Oh well. Well. New Game Plus doesn't have not that many advantages. Some, not many. I'm actually doing it for monster meat companion completion. The monster, basically the dictionary of eating meat in this game, which sounds like it should be Theridian's guide to eating meat or something. Since that's the majority of what I eat during the day. Oh, there is another thing they added too, according to that meat, and why I brought the monster along. The meat dictionary is actually something that you get asked by a little kid about. He asked you to go complete some entries in it for him, and you get items based on how many you do. And if you bring that book on a future playthrough, even if you don't have a monster, he still gives you the credit for it. So it's kind of a handy thing. The only thing is, and I will, they probably should have at least tested it. The translators did not put the right monsters. Or there was some of the language they didn't put, because when I actually did get the monster pieces for the ones at the first one of the quests, it didn't complete until I got a couple of other ones which I could never figure out which ones they were. But anyway, let's continue on here. Where is the? There we go. Also, the maps are 100% to the original game. I do appreciate when a company does that. If I remember correctly, there weren't any added dungeons or anything. The maps are all. The only thing they did change was an outside of the game thing, or an outside of the actual your exploration areas thing. I'll show you that whenever we get to it. It's basically the new areas they add in have no relation to the current map system, so. I think they might have. Oh yeah, they add in the ability to, in fact, to change the environment by chopping down trees and breaking blocks and stuff. And make a path in one area. Oh, by the way, I completely forgot I have to equip my stuff here. Yeah, that's a funny thing. If I let me hit the button here, because the teacher's like, okay, prepared everything. He usually says, make sure you equip stuff in order to use it. I'm like, yeah, of course. Let's see. Who I want to do what with? Oh, I'm going to show you that robot thing. So if you give him a hammer, just because, we'll just say give him a hammer, he gets 2 points of strength by automatically equipping it, and the hammer's durability drops to 25. And it always drops to max of 25. So let's say you use a weapon, like let's say I use my longsword down to 1 use. I give it to the robot, say at an end, it's up to 25. So technically, he can kind of repair certain equipment pieces, but when he removes them, I'll do it just because it's not going to harm anything, it drops by half again, so it's down to 12. Then it's back to 6. Don't worry, it doesn't matter because, like I said, he'll repair it to half of its max durability automatically, so no harm there. And I'll start. Oh, let me give the robot the bow because that's a point of agility for him. Now the shield works basically like the defend button, and each shield has its own percentage of defending. If it doesn't defend something, it at least reduces the damage of the attack. However, it doesn't work for magic unless you have a special shield. More on that later, though. I also like the fact that all the weapons now look unique instead of in the original game where they were just plain old weapons. Is just one enemy? Yeah, he's just one. This battle did change because you used to be able to wipe him out with one shot from the teacher, so I'm actually happy they made it a little bit harder. Not much harder. And before I go, let me have the teacher heal, because he's about to leave us. You can't de-equip him, he's a monster for starters. Okay, I think I got everything from this area. Small dungeon, so... And this is why I said, oh, I probably should have went visit Mom before I left. Oh well, she didn't have anything. But this is why you can't go back. You can't see your mom again. And I have no idea why he says, "I know it's hard, but I must return." It should be something like, "I know it's hard, but I must stay here and guard the town." That's what he says in the original game, and you can never return to your town again. That's it. So now we are on our own without the teacher's guidance. Oh, also, the enemies in this game go up to groups of 9. So the most enemies I've seen at one time is 27 in Final Fantasy Legend 2, because 3 groups of enemies can fit on the screen. In this game, you could have upwards of 6 groups, possibly more, full of tons of enemies. You could be fighting, a couple dozen at one. I mean, like 30, maybe 30 at one time, maybe more. I don't think I've ever really tested it. I do know some of the higher challenge dungeons that they have added in go that high. Get over to I have the exclamation mark first. Well, no, this is a completely new thing they added in. They added overworld quests now. I wonder if they actually made those guys able to do damage. Zero. Yeah, that is why I don't like the monster class too much, because a lot of the enemies do nothing. It's almost degrading in a way. That's not magic points. Those are actually 500, like, mystic points, or muse points. I'm sorry, muse points. They're used for buying stuff from another area that are just for, it's for a fun thing. Yeah, so one of the things they added were little support NPCs called the Muses. During the game, you can befriend them, and they'll start coming to help you in town, and in battle, and they'll attack or buff or heal or something. And each one has their own structure of when they come and such. And you can see on our map we have tons of side quests. That's not really a side quest, but technically it is, because later on you actually meet that guy with that guy again. And the funny thing is, in the original game, that was it. All he was there for was to confuse you for your dad, for your actual dad. But he comes back later, and that's, I could kind of applaud them for giving him something to do. Let's see here, the quest is, here we go, the second muse. And yes, she is one of the ones that does join you eventually after you find all of her music things. One thing that does bother me in the game, and it's kind of a minor thing, is that I really love some of the music that you have in this game. So the problem is that you can't. In the original game, you could actually turn the music on, and the music would stay on until you entered a specific area that required specific music, you turn the game off and save, or you reach a story arc that requires the music to change for some reason, like somebody dies, or you find something crazy, and the music automatically just swaps. But I don't like how it doesn't do that anymore. It's only inside the tavern. That's it. I mean, I'm slightly disappointed. This was also added into. He's the fat slime. He's basically the fat chocobo of the game. He holds all the stuff, and there you go. I'll just skip it because it's just, you can take care of stuff. Let me see if I can. Yeah, he doesn't have anything in it. He doesn't carry anything from the previous game. The only one who does is the black market slime. Oh, the healing thing in this game, every 1 HP is one money, 1 caro. And also, as I said before, and of course I don't need to really show you this, but there you go. Same thing goes with monsters' abilities and mutant abilities. They all restore whenever you sleep in an inn, or at specific points in the game. They do. Yeah, here's the black marketeer. But he charges, is it 4 times or double? I forget. Okay, so this is apparently not my correct playthrough, because this doesn't have the stuff. Oh, it's okay though. I really don't need that stuff. I would have liked to have showed you guys the Actually, this is fine, because the only things I would like to carry over are some specific items, and I'm like, that's okay for this run. But anyway, though, gear is basically gauntlet, helmet, armor, shield. Shields are optional because they don't actually do anything until you use them in combat. So if you're not using a shield, you're not like actually using a shield, it doesn't do a damn thing. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and I'm going to show you something about the robot. first before I do anything else. The robot gains defense regard only based on the material. So if I give him a bronze glove or bronze helmet, it's still the same amount of defense. Doesn't matter. Alright, so let's go ahead and... Oh, and the armor too. I don't have to show it, but... Oh, a second here. There we go. Quick. Hotkeys and such. I usually try to skip giving them a glove, but I'm going to do it right now just because I don't have much to give her. And let me buy a couple pieces of armor for the robot. 1, 2, 3. And because the monster can't use any equipment whatsoever, so he's, well, he has to sit there, a poor deprived dragon. Now I'm going to get to one of my complaints about the game. This is I have very few complaints about the game. Very few. One of them is, literally, how do you have a punch that can wear out? I can understand a glove, a brass knuckle. I could literally understand a scroll that grants you power to when you punch an enemy, it does more damage, or does enough significant damage. But in this game, it makes you feel like after 90 times of punching, your arm goes limp. After 80 times of kicking, you forget how to tie your shoe. It's just confusing. I never understood it. I don't think I ever will, and it always gets on me. I cannot figure it out. There is also one other thing about the whole thing with the punch and the kick and all that, and that's that they don't gain power based on your stats. They actually gain power based on how many uses are left. So use 90, like the first use 0, gives you like no attack power. The last one gives you insane attack power. And kick is even more ridiculous. So punch is the good, cheapo way to go through the game. But however, because Brian knows a lot about this game and I know where to get punches from for free, I'm going to skip purchasing them because, well, I hate to say it, money is I'm not farming a lot in this game, so. But I will at least get a rapier and I don't have enough money for that, so I'll just get a rapier and I'll get one punch, fine. Or a bow, maybe. There you go. That's good enough. Rapier to him, and the robot gets another bow because the robot gets more agility, goes first. There you go. I'm going to make the game a little bit difficult by not farming up tons of money and such, so. And all it is just here's the help. This is the help. I'm just gonna skip this talking because it's pointless. All it is your tutorial of what does everything do. So let's just skip that because I don't really feel like sitting there and doing all that. All right, on to the next area. This is kind of the reason why I didn't want to buy the punches because I'm pretty sure one of these guys is a gang member. He's not. Great. I look like a fool again. Oh, critical is instant death. They decided instead of critical hit, monster weakness, like attacking anyone with a weakness, it'll either do superior damage or just instantly kill them if it's powerful enough. Also, the reason why the robot's using hammers and such instead of the guns is because the guns are fairly inaccurate. Oh, there's another longsword. Good thing I bought the rapier instead of that. Now I will switch the robot's hammer with a longsword. There we go. And he gets a little stronger because longsword gives more than a hammer. I don't know. That's just how the game is. Like, I'm only engaging in a couple combats every once in a while just to keep the... just so I'm not friggin' weak. Yeah, that is one of my problems with the game also, but it's fairly minor. Most enemies don't do shit for damage. The enemy system is basically like the two gang members that you saw separate were two groups of gang members. That it was because of the if I was engaged by one group of enemies, it would have had only one gang member set. But because I got a multiple battle, it was kind of like a pincer attack, so to speak. Alright, let's go ahead and continue the story. I'm going to talk to these people. Like I said, I'll leave... Actually, I'm going to only zoom in here because Fairy, very cute. She's adorable. Oh yes, you don't play a silent protagonist. And in fact, the rest of your people on your team aren't silent either. Oh, that is one that... Okay, I didn't purposefully lie earlier, but one of the things in the game they could not do for obvious reasons is that one of the directions to the next dungeon is you have to walk so many spaces south and east of a rock, and instead they decided to just okay, it's in this part of the dungeon, but you can't see a dungeon unless you have an item. And that's just because in 3D, how would you'd be able to see the entrance. So, whatever. Oh yeah, since I mentioned it earlier, let me show you Lay Useless. Oh, where's it at? Minimap. Map ability. Relic Sensor. There are 7 relics in this world. That is actually a lie. I'm not lying to you. I'm not getting there. That is actually a literal lie. But they don't. You know, I'm not going to tell you why because it's a spoiler. But there. I mean, I could argue that what I just said. So I'm just gonna be kind and just say that it was probably just being fair about it, so that you wouldn't see like, oh, there's more than 7 in this world. Where are they? We can't leave without them. No, I'm not gonna say the spoiler. You could probably guess what it is. You gotta come back here. Stupid inaccurate pistol. Darn inaccurate, Lindsay. Oh, no, don't eat that. You're fine as a dragon. You're fine as a dragon. As small as you are. Oh, since I did get that item ability, let me check that ability real quick here for Lindsay. Okay, I'm gonna put poison at the bottom because it's not as useful as it sounds, anti-poison. It has some uses, but it's not very. I'm gonna go to giveaway number 2. Why the? I'm gonna go to a dead giveaway to why you come back here in the first world. Oh look, the gun actually hit. I'm probably betting the gun was meant to meant to be given to humans for them to learn how to use the pistol by constantly using it and improving their aim. But it is actually a high weapon to start with. Yeah, I went ahead and show the other town had equipment pieces for up to 1,400. Here we have 6,800. Yeah, this is the town that you come back to for later on. So, and I have no reason to go anywhere else in here except for the inn just to restore my flame. Not doing a speed run here, but I don't have to talk to everybody, so. And the north is blocked off. I'm not even gonna bother going and showing. It just says you can't enter this area. That's all it says. Yeah, I called the dragon Feyre, and I didn't want to steal your name, Faye. I'm sorry. Funny thing is, I think I actually did name my first playthrough of the new game. I did name him, her, Faye, because I wanted a fairy at the end, because the fairies are actually very useful at the end. Because one of the things that still does damage in this game is magic, and the highest level fairy does have the highest level magic spells. Magic spell. I'm sorry. Yeah, now we're getting to the large scale battles, which will take a little while to get through. I can also tell it to skip combat, so it'll just show the numbers rather than what the animations. I'm already low on HP. Just for the dragon, though, so. It's about time we make that dragon forget he was a dragon. Well, not by this, though. The currency is Caro, yes. Alright, the Muse's Garden. There is... I don't know why I even came here, honest to God. I don't know. Because the only thing you can do is you can say hi to Calliope right now. I can give a present, but there's kind of no point because I don't have any of her gift items. The only other thing I can do here is I'll show the arena. The Arena of the Dead is it this one that's the multiplayer one? Let me just see if this is or not. Yeah, this is actually a multiplayer game, so you can link up to emulators or if you know how, or multiple DSs with appropriate things, and then go after random enemies and enemy rebirths. Pretty much. After you kill the bosses, they show up in here as their reborn form. Oops. You have to leave over there. I've always wanted to play this one with a group, but I'm the only person who plays this game, so... Yeah, frog money. I don't know either. There are frogs that are lying around here, but they don't really seem like they're useful. Oh yeah, the Goddess of Fate. Let me see if they're still there. Goddesses of Fate. Yeah, we're just gonna get really screwed up on on mythology now. It's Clotho, Atropos, and Lachesis. I think... Yeah, right now I think it's just Atropos. Alright, this is where the part of the game gets a little bit unique. 1, 2. Okay. What I just bought are what's called the Morai. And... Oh, right there. It's gonna tell you for me. The neatest thing about this is that each time you use one of these, it will change how your characters actually talk to each other. The only problem I have with that part of it is that it's a group thing. So if it's the majority of people are in the love category, they'll all act like that to each other and the main character and other people. If one person is a loner and the other 2 people are love, it's a group love. Doesn't matter. They probably did that because it'd be too complicated to give everybody their own thing that would still fit in with the dialogue. So I can at least forgive them for that, because it would have been fairly difficult. But the other thing that the threads do is it performs combo attacks, which actually are pretty badass. You can finish the game without them. That's not an issue. This is also why you kind of want to watch the battle animations, because you have to watch the little button at the top that says hit the button to combo right now. I think I'll do it right here to demonstrate. They don't like that dragon. That's something, I don't know why. Let's see, actually, I don't know what this attack is. Heavy Claw. Hey, I made the dragon's claw attack do damage. Holy! Not making fun of the dragons. I'm just saying that the monsters in this game are fairly low damage unless they're doing a special ability. This, and that. So it goes from flame to blaze. The other cool thing too is that the number of people in the combo actually increases the quote-unquote attack level. So it goes. I don't know the actual terms, but they're like it'll go flame, blaze. I think Blazer or Blazing or Inferno, and then it'll go like Nuke or something. I don't actually know the full name of it, but each time you add on to the combo, the next attack goes one step higher and gets stronger. So it is pretty fun to actually collect all the names and get them added to your book. Now here's the reason why I'm finally gonna feed the dragon. And no, it's not because what you think it is. It's because I want to refill his HP bar. And now we have a zombie. I don't want the zombie, but... Honestly, it's either that or use a potion. I'm like, eh. Sorry, dragon. Oh, because we're doing preemptive here, I'm going to go ahead and... I'm going to go ahead and... level up some stats here. There's Earth Slash. I'll hit it again. Multi-shot. You would have thought something called a multi-shot would have hit multiple targets. Nope. Now, how the stat increases work in this game, in this version and in the Game Boy version, you can only get, not counting HP, you can only get one stat at a time. So if I use a longsword once, a rapier once, and a shield once, I'll get either strength, agility, or defense. I can't get all three at one time. And I don't know if using the ability the weapon multiple times gives you a greater chance or not. I never figured that out. And of course, like I said, robots don't get anything, so. Oh goody, I learned sleep! Alright, zombie, what are we gonna turn into today? A frog. Or a toad, specifically. Yes, it is SaGa 2, Legend 2, just like Phoenix just said. It's one of my favorite games. I've just wanted to let's play it, just to give it a shot. Oh, here's our second muse. Oh, also, there's a team title right there at the bottom left, Soulmates. And how the higher up something is on the list, the higher chance of that thread being used to do the combo attack. It's not guaranteed, it's just a higher chance. I think oh yeah, they did add something else in here. No, not that. They added a couple of trap rooms also. So, man, I really lied when I first said this game wasn't very much different. No, I like in terms of the map. No, they added a couple of things. Wait, the frog did damage! The frog did damage! Okay, they must have made at least your NPC monster able to fight properly. So, okay, props to them for actually making them competent. Because originally, if you didn't have the dragon, you'd be seeing tons of zeros popping up from your friendly monster. And there's the whip. The whip is an odd one because it's a strength-based weapon that actually increases agility when you use it. Go figure. I don't know. We have 7 newts. I don't even want to make the joke. So it goes from tongue to widow kiss with poison. Fire goes to hellfire. And turns black. Or purple, I should say. The newt has become a newt. Oh, and I think also another thing that they did is I think some monsters can inherit previous monsters' stuff. So, like, sometimes a monster can inherit a skill from the original monster, which is fairly a good idea to make them a little more unique. Oh, another important thing about the combo system, this is very important, is if, let's say I had Lindsay attack the skeleton with fire, and I had my main character attack the samurai with a sword. If I would have activated a combo attack, if it would have came up, while my sword attack was hitting the samurai, Lindsay would have changed her attack target. A combo attack has to go to the same target, or unless that target dies, then it goes to the next target. So that can screw up your placement for doing damage. Just a little bit. If I remember correctly, these chests are empty. Yep. I think one of them is trapped, if I remember correctly. Yep, he'll get better. Well, I don't know if he got better if he turned from a newt into a skeleton. The skeleton has cure. I don't know how. It just, the skeleton has cure. I don't think the other... Yeah, the newt doesn't have cure, and neither does the frog, so I don't know where the heck he learned cure. But, I'll take it. So even though I've been playing this game so much, I never really have caught on to several of the things that they added in. In fact, I'll actually show you one other thing that in the listing of things here. That's fairly interesting. So this power knuckle. I'm going to go to my menu for a second, and it's under options, notes. Yeah, here's the meat dictionary I was talking about. I also like the fact that you can have a kitty. Yes, a cat girl is apparently of the Wolfman tribe. I don't know how. Don't look at me. Don't know. She's just cute. So yeah, were-rat, werewolf, cat girl, Rakshasa, and Anubis. They also made a fairly cute... Oh yeah, they have a bee woman too. I forgot that. Where is she at? They made a fairly cute... Oh, harpy. Yeah, the harpy and the Nike in the bird tribe. You had the Lamias that have Medusa, Lamia, Scylla, and Merilith. There's one in the middle I didn't get yet. Yeah, and you have the fairies. I actually like the fact that they have different hairstyles. Yeah, Titania is amazing at the end of the game. Do I even have any dragons? Yeah, I have Seiru. I have Seiryu. Yeah, I'm playing on emulator because I like supporting the game companies, but they're not going to release this in America, and not even and even if they did, I don't know if they even would translate it. So I'd rather play the translated version, so that's just fine. Anyway, yeah, there you go, Seiryu from the second game. There is a Genbu, there is a Suzaku, and I'm pretty sure there's a Byakko. But yes, there's a Seiryu. Oh, the other thing was the memo. In the original game, you had a memo thing just in case you missed part of the story or you forgot. And then it's the sub-events. I have beaten the game. This is a new game plus. See all these question marks here? There are a lot of side quests that I cannot do because in order to get certain quests unlocked, you have to have the specific team names. Usually it's either positive or negative. So lovers or love, friends, usually is the same thing, with the exception of a few specific things. And things like hate, strife, and loners are all negative. But I have not been able to go through all of them because it's. I actually had to, in order to find some of them, I had to actually go to the Japanese version of the wiki of this game and actually translate it and read or try to figure out how to pronounce every bit of it. Ooh, Blizzard was learned. Blizzard, yeah, Blizzard is the all hit for ice. That's definitely a keeper. Oh, I hope I don't lose it. That has happened before, where I got into a multi-battle once and I lost a spell I really wanted to learn. In this case, it was Blizzard. Oh, no, Ice is now... Okay, never mind, they got rid of Ice. So what's the... They changed the name of it. It's now... I'm guessing it's probably Frost or something. It probably is the all-hit. But yes, I would like to keep that. Yeah, no, the translate the ROM is actually really easy. And if you want, I could probably even hook you up. Or if you're on Discord, just contact me. Here, I'll just post my Discord link in the... Hold on a second. Yeah, just hook me up and I'll help you out. It's pretty easy. Hello, hello. Yeah, if you have anything that you can, I can't provide the link, of course, through here because it would probably say, "Oh, you're sharing emulation." I'm like, this is a fan translated game. Square has no. I'm gonna agree with what the 8-bit guy had said. They have no interest of making money off of this game. I don't see any reason not to just emulate it. If they had interest in making money, oh, absolutely. Let me see. I think I have it. Oops, hang on a second. Let me move that out of the way here. Oh, it also, if you have any problems with the sound, you might have to mess with the settings a little bit, because it actually took me a few tries to get the sound correctly in this game. Let me find a... Do I have a link I can give you? Just go here. And okay, I'll send you. Yeah, there we go. Cool. All right. 1 second. There we go. 1 second here. Just making sure this loads up properly. Okay, it'll be about a minute or two. Okay, I'll come back to that in a second. Alright, continuing on. Oh, that's right, there's a treasure chest over here, I forgot. Always remember this one's here. Yeah, this is a really fun one. I enjoy this one a lot. I even enjoyed the original one. The original one is still a ton of fun to play. I would just say, you might as well go ahead and play this version. I mean, if you wanted to actually play like this game a little bit harder, just don't use the threads and don't do the side quests, and you can just play it straight through. It plays just 99% like the other game. It's just for the later on areas, you're probably gonna want to start using the threads, like for the new fights they added in. Oh yeah, and that makes a longsword able to do multiple hits. And I have to admit, some of the later attacks are pretty badass looking, especially when you get some of the higher up weaponry. Okay, here you go. I'm going to hook you up. Oop, 1 second here. Alright, our dragon that became a skeleton is now a slime. And he learned how to cure people still. Oh, there's our punch. Jeez. I was wondering when I was going to get one of those things. I'm going to be a little more liberal on using items in this game, just for fun. Because I played through this game enough that I don't need to make it too easy or too hard, or you know what I'm saying. I don't have to conserve everything, because usually what happens if I conserve a little bit in this game, I start winding up with weapons from previous areas that I'm still using. I'm like, why am I still using longswords? I'm on World 3. No problem. And the other cool thing is that even though you upgrade a weapon level, like let's say I go from punch to kick, or longsword to battle sword, it still changes the attack. Well, most of the time it does change the attack pattern still. Wait, he inherited... How did he inherit flame from a slime that had dissolve? Phoenix, what is up with your relative dinosaur? What is up with this guy? He's a flying pterodactyl that has a flame. He breathes fire. Oh, he's a fake dragon. I get it now. I forget what her name is. I'm pretty sure they're all, or most of them are Greek goddess names, or Greek nymph names, I should say, or muse names. Yeah. Punch. 99 punches, and then you forget how to you forget where your hand is. Oh boy. I probably shouldn't sleep first, but well. Yeah, you guys are not a threat anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, he's Burn Figment because I have a pterodactyl that can breathe fire. I wonder if they actually animated it too. I have to look. I'm very curious now. No, he just cast a spell. Okay. Oh, another thing too is when you have a group of enemies, you can't target just one of them. You literally have to target the one that it tells you to target, so... minor inconvenience. So, let's see, this pterodactyl goes from using its beak to Hellstab. And we're going from using the... Oh, never mind, they're dead. Let me just make an adjustment here. Oh, you know what? I probably should stop using those threads so much. Yeah, I have 4 left. Because I don't think I get too many of them. Shared Destiny. You have to be at a specific point in the game in order to replenish your supply of those things. And they use those points from the goddesses. I keep on forgetting to move my spells around. Because you don't have literal experience and levels in this game, your power levels of your people are going to vary quite a bit as you play. And I mean quite a bit. I mean, like, in my last playthrough, my main human character didn't have jack for stats, and the second person who I had who was also a human had so much agility that she was maxed out by like the fourth world. Well, not maxed out, maxed like fully, but like decked out. Let's put it that way. There you go. I forget if in this game if they have a thing where you can only go up to a certain number before it stops. Okay, so we used to have a fire-breathing pterodactyl, and now we have a fire-breathing jaguar. Kamatachi sickle. Might as well equip that. Oh, yeah, here, let me hook you up. If you're using the same thing I'm using, let me see, config, sound settings. Alright, this is what I picked here. I picked synchronous, sync Z, direct sound interface, buffer size 5880, cosine slowest sounds best. Here, I'll just take a screenshot and I'll forward it to you. Or wait, can I put this in can I let this game keep playing? I can leave that up there? Or let me see. Excuse me. Okay, no, I can't do that. Let me try one more thing here. Sound settings. Take a quick screenshot. And what I'll do is I'll just add it as an image real quick. Go to. Oh, let me continue. Let me continue this while it's still. Oh, also you can control it. You can control it with the touchscreen also. I probably didn't mention that. It's a little difficult, I find, with the touchscreen. Personal opinion, but it's possible. That's working. Let me go ahead and find that. Pictures. Screenshots. Found it. A second here. And I took a picture of the wrong thing, didn't I? Yes, I did. I'll just put it where Lindsay's at. Alright, we have fire-breathing jaguar turns into fire-breathing shroom. What's up with that fire being inherited? I don't get it. Why? I don't... It doesn't make sense. Alright, once again, real quick, 3D sound settings. Let me just hit the... There we go. Because Brian is a smart monkey, I decided I've been able to get to keep playing the game in the background while finding where the image went to. Yes. Just find the right one. There we go. All I have to do is just zoom over to it real quick. I'm gonna 1 second. I might just block the view of the game. There we go. Oh. Found it. Here we go. Lindsay, you're blocking the view. There you go. I don't know if you can see it or not properly. Yeah, but set those settings to the sound and give it a shot and see if it works better. Yeah, I use OBS. Oh, you finally got max HP up! Well, good for you! Good. I didn't catch what else he got, but oh well. I forget if this is the place where you have the user first demolish or not. Speaking of which, let me go fix two things. First off, go to Lindsay, let's move her fire to below, to the down. Because whenever you have a mutant slash Esper, their last ability gets overridden. The bottom one. Oh, trap. There is a trap disarming item in the game, but I never really tried bringing it here. Because you don't get till way later in the game. And every time I come through here, I always forget where the damn thing is. Oh yeah, map ability, demolish. Because relic sensor is, like I said, useless. Very good. Glad to see it working. I'm going to go ahead and remove that image. The only recommendations I can make for the game: do not Do not go in any game without at least either or. You have at least one human or one Esper. Don't go in with just robots and monsters. Do not. You will have a nightmare of a time later on. I mean, it's probably possible to beat the game like that somehow, but it is ridiculous. Especially because robots don't level up and monsters can't use any equipment. So if you want the basic team, one of each. If you want to have a good equipment-based team, do 2 humans and 2 Espers, or 2 humans, an Esper, and a robot. But to have fun, go ahead and do whatever you want. I just recommend do not do at least have one humanoid. So that way you're not missing out. Trust me. Oh, there's another thing too. Let's see, the relics. Now we have those. Now we actually have ones that are called speed, magic, and power. They give you points in speed, magic, or power. Until you, well, let's just say for right now, there's no reason not to use them. Get the human the speed one, the robot the power one. Why? They had the human go first, and nothing against the robot being powerful. Actually, I'm gonna switch that. I'm going to make the monster do damage. There. I think my problem is now solved on why I could never get those monsters to do damage. I have a message real quick waiting for me. Let me check it out here. He dead. Yeah. Oh, he dead. And because I know this for a fact because I looked it up. If you have specifically the one called a loving title for your team, you get an event. I think the only thing I could probably say is that the way that they translated, I kind of wish they would have varied the text a little bit. That one was fine for a sub-event, but sometimes the sub-events get really, really... I don't know how to explain it right. I really don't. Like, for instance, the rival one, I don't mind people being, when I have an event where it's a bunch of rivals talking, it's always the same thing where I'll do it first, or I'll do it first, and that's always what it is. It's always I'll do it first. And no offense, guys, you did an awesome job translating this game for everything else, but the events needed a little more polishing with the text. Just a little bit, just the sub-events. They really needed some more polish, but I mean, I can understand that it's probably tough to write a lot of stuff. I mean, it's so... I'm not going to be too hard on it, because they're little minor events. But it does get a little bit cheesy at sometimes. You'll catch it. So one spicy mushroom. You are correct. Alright, what we have for today's shroom is now a spider that can breathe fire. What the heck is with all these enemies breathing fire? Oh wait, the flame was from the dragon. I'm just wondering how. You are descended from a long line of dragon. That's not fair. I curse. I forget if I ever showed Phoenix how to do that one. From one of this guy game that Jake had shown, or Jube had showed me. Or the witch doctor intro, or I forget whether that's her name was or not. And it's, I'm going back to get some more equipment real quick. It's her talking to a bunch of people, and everyone ends with, "You have a good fortune. I curse." The dragon walks up, and you just see him all disappointed, and she goes, "I see you are spirit. If you have spirit of legendary dragon here in another life." And the dragon head is all happy, and he's all smiling, and you just see, "That's not fair. I curse." Also, I'm not gonna be able to play this game in one sitting, so we'll go through a couple worlds and then I'll take a break. And because they added on to the game with new side quests and everything, revisiting worlds, new quests, oh yeah, there's tons of stuff. I'm just trying to get through back to the frickin' towns so I can get some more stuff. Fire learned in place of fire being forgotten. Yeah. I never could figure that one out either. And then by the original text. Person has forgotten fire, and instead has learned fire. Of course. I do know if you have a negative emotion here that one of the guys is a fan of the cleric Kai we saw earlier in the shrine. I remember people getting upset. Oh, that's what it was. It's kind of funny because what it is if you have a negative emotion here, that your team gets jealous of the one guy in this town who talks about the cleric being so cute. If everybody's happy, you never confront the guy. And the interesting thing is when your team confronts him, questioning it, he gives you an item. I forget the rest of it, but I thought it was like, okay, well, that was fairly different. The fact that being a nice person, not letting the guy have his thing, he doesn't give you anything. But the thing is, you don't actually approach him with intent to hurt him. You approach him, questioning, hey, what's the big idea? Why do you like this cleric girl so much? Why is she so cute to you? And he says, oh, hey, can you give her to this? And he gives you an item to give to her, and she tells you to keep it. So it's one of those fate things that's like, you had bad intentions, but it ended up with a good response. Fairly interesting in a way, I suppose. Anyway, let's grab a... Oh, we got some money now. Let's grab a... let's grab a kick. And then I'll grab a rapier for the robot. That should be good enough for now. I'll equip the kick a little bit later. I'm going to go to the inn real quick, and then we'll be on our way. Oh, the music is amazing from this game. I mean, you should actually see what some people have said. I actually let my roommate hear. He was like, the music can't be that good. I actually put on the music from the original Game Boy game, and he was severely impressed by it. Let me go ahead and save, since it's been a while since I saved, and I'm going to do what I said before, and I'm going to also use the save state also, just because I don't want to, because I'm doing a double save just to make sure nothing goes screwy. I know there's a quick button to do the save state, but I don't need to. It's an RPG for crying out loud. I can pause the save. Yeah, there's another guy on YouTube. His name is I don't think it's his name, but they've done music for this game, kind of a remix sort of thing. It's called not that one. It's called Rebirth. I gotta find it here. Games FFL2. Yeah, it's called Rebirth 2. And the person's name is Ren. It's the music is amazing that they remixed for this game. And I can post a link in a second here. I think it only could have been cooler if if they would have included his music in place of this music. Because the guy named Ren does an amazing job. Lethal Strike. Here it is. I'm gonna post the link here. If you get a second to pause, check out that link and listen to that music. I was actually playing it earlier before the game started. He did an awesome remix with the battle theme and the boss theme. And now we have that cute cleric on our team. I probably should have gone here first and then to the first town, but eh. Sorry about that. I muted the microphone for a second. I didn't want to eat a snack in front of the microphone. Did I give the robot? Oh, that is awesome looking. The robot knows Kung Fu. Oh my god, that was a complete accident. I just noticed something also. When I gave him the kick, it didn't actually decrease the usage of it. That's nice to know. So I didn't make a gigantic mistake. But it is just kind of funny seeing the robot in a kung fu pose there. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I'll at least give it that. Oh yeah, there she is. You can keep them as a certain type, but the thing is that each time you give them meat, they change. You have to see the meat dictionary. It's really funny how it works. I'm sorry, my hand touched the microphone there for a second. But honestly, it's a better idea to eat more meat and fill that dictionary, because that way that'll appease that stupid kid. Because there's a kid with a side quest that he gives you to go fill the meat dictionary with certain articles, and it will not fill correctly or something. It's really strange. But I haven't been able to finish all of his quests because I haven't gotten all the meats yet. So yeah, let me see here. It's the guy over here to the right. Yeah, there it is. The really cute priestess called Kai. If you have a negative attitude, you'll actually question him about it, and he'll give Kai a gift. So let me go ahead and fix my mistake. As much as I want to see a Kung Fu mecha, you know, I might actually do it. I might just leave him with the kick, just so I can see if he actually really does any funny kick animation. Because I've never ever equipped a robot with Kung Fu or Taijutsu, I should say, in this game. I've never done it. So why not? You can keep it, buddy. You better just bust some chops with that thing, that's all I'm gonna say. Okay, there's a rapier, that's faster than the bow. going to go ahead and toss a couple things real quick here because I don't really want them. Because you don't have a gigantic inventory in this game either. Longsword. Bows. There we go. Huh. The robot actually did damage with kick. I'll be damned. Let me see here. Yeah, that's the basic battle hammer. She's actually a Kai is actually a what's what I'm looking for. She's a story person. So she's with you until the end of the first world. Actually, the largest weapon in this game is not a sword, a gun, a hammer, anything. It's a tank. I am not lying with you. They give you later in the game the item called the Leopard. The Leopard is a bloody tank. And the cool part about the tank is that when you use it as an item, you will have an automatic shield up in front of you. Any melee attack has severely reduced damage coming at you. I have to admit, I give them props for actually, thinking about that. Because that is pretty funny, I have to admit. There is a melee weapon that can do the same thing called the Defender Sword, because it, actually defends. I remember hearing Jupe saying about there was a game that had a sword called the Defender, and it didn't actually give you any defense. It was just literally called the Defender. And this one, it's a sword that when you have it up, when you're attacking with it, it actually gives you a shield. Oh, the whip has a secondary effect too. If it attacks an enemy, it has a chance of paralyzing them for one turn. Okay, I don't need to go in that town for anything. Oh, the inn, of course. I probably should recharge my... anybody low? No, not too bad. Also, I have to say one more complaint here. She's supposed to be a cleric with the internal ability to use the cure magic. So why does she have a book? Why is she using a book? If she can heal herself with her powers of whatever. It's just really strange, but whatever. There's actually a class in Metopia that is just a literal tank. That's pretty funny. No, the tank doesn't eat meat. The tank is... Oh, the next game, SaGa 3, one of the monsters is a tank. And yeah, you get tank parts. Yeah, it's a little strange. But in the next game, it's like... Okay, let me put it this way. If you've played Legend 2 and SaGa 2, it's like, okay, that's about like, it's about kind of close to the same game. The remake of SaGa 2 is an upgrade. If you've played Final Fantasy Legend 3 and SaGa 3, the remake, it's like playing a whole new game. It is like the only thing that is the same about it is the general story. Everything has changed. They changed the world maps from being a literal just walk around, go into town, to actually having layers you have to actually travel through. It's intense what they actually did with it. You have time machine battles where you actually have you can summon your past self to attack again, your future self to do something. I forget what the present one does. The present one is like an automatic critical hit or something. I don't remember, but it's pretty weird how much they've actually have improved on the game. and I give him props for doing a good job with it, making it like completely different than what I used to play. Because I used to play the hell out of Legend 2 and 3 on the Game Boy when I was young. Like, maybe too much. Yeah, that punch, that kick is doing more damage, so that is definitely a thing now. You can definitely see a robot doing kung fu now. Or taijutsu, I mean taijutsu. Oh, but anyway, as I was saying though, from the third game, you have parts, and you can go human, Esper, cyborg, robot, beast, and monster. So you eat meat, you turn into a beast. You eat meat again, you turn into a monster. You install parts, you go back towards human or Esper. And you can be a literal tank, as in like you know, the body and everything. You're wandering around the thing. Your character is interacting in cutscenes as a goddamn tank. It is pretty damn funny, I have to admit. Actually, I wonder if I can just save state and load it up to show you. But I know that when I was playing it though, I installed new parts in them, and he's no longer a tank. But it was funny for a time. But I had him as a tank. Now this will be a big battle. Yeah, 5 groups. I'm gonna stick with the Kung Fu Mecha because that's just funny. Let's go ahead and link a blaze. We're gonna have a large group here. Oh, that is one thing that they carry over in New Game Plus. The combo attacks are slightly more powerful in this one because I had as you play through the game, you can unlock the extra power, but we're not talking like game breaking here. It's just a little bit, unless I'm completely wrong. But I mean, I think it's maybe like what 20% more damage, and when you're going from doing 100 damage to 120, I don't think it's that much of a problem. Plus, like I said, I kind of want to fill the meat dictionary at some point, so. Oh, what am I doing? I actually want to fight some guys. I want to get enough money so I can buy a submachine gun. Okay, I think after this battle here, I'm gonna take a small break to use the bathroom and grab a drink. I actually would. Oh, now that you mention it, the robot could throw a couple of shoryukens. There is an ability. Okay, in the original Final Fantasy Legend 2, it went punch, kick, headbutt, X kick, judo, karate. The way that judo worked was you threw the enemy up in the air and they came down and it did damage. Karate made the enemy start spinning around and around and around. And in this one, I want to say that karate is just a bunch of moves. I forgot what it was, but I think the judo is still a throw. I want to say it is. I'm not a big taijutsu user later in the game, but I'm very curious to try it with a robot now. I'm very curious to try it. If anything, just for sheer amusement of seeing a robot do kung fu. Alrighty. Yeah, if you actually get far enough in this game, maybe sometime I can do a link up battle, and I can grab 2 of your characters and go through some of the. If I could figure out how to do a link up on the emulator, I would love to. I'm pretty sure somebody knows how. So anyways, I was saying earlier, you don't get any revival in the game except for the monster, and the other person that has a revival, you get a relic that has a revive ability. But later, at the end of the game, you do lose it. And it's given to your last party member. And the last party member you don't have for the final battle, so... Is that possible? Yeah, there's an arena in this game. It's a multiplayer arena, and we actually can link up, and what it is, it's a co-op battle against the boss monsters reborn. I mean, I would love to. I just can't. I'm just trying to find. I don't have anybody who plays this game except for me. So I'm hoping by me playing this and trying to, push other people to play it and such, it actually gets some more people going, and we can actually have a group battle or something to help. As I haven't actually defeated half of the enemies in the arena yet. They are tricky. Let me see here. Also, I do like how the base looks, because in the original game, all it was a bunch of TV monitors stacked up on end to end. Oh, that's right. I think if you do combo attacks with the taijutsu, it does actually do different moves also. Let me see. Let me go to tank, have him kick. The main character will use punch. Lindsay will do that. Finish that off, and then hammer. Let me see if it... Nope, I can't get it. Oh, I forgot to go talk to Mel again. Oh well, I'll do it later. My mental note, go talk to Mel. Because she was, I think there's a third spot that she's at over at the ruins in the last dungeon. But I can't remember. Alright, so our newt is now becoming a goblin with flame. What the heck is with this flame? Is everybody descended from a dragon? Okay, so I got an agility source. Let me drop it on... Who's slow? He has a plus 10 because it has that relic. I guess I'll give it to... I'll give it to her. I'll give it to Lindsay. Oh, there's an obvious thing right there. It's a pitfall. I think I want to get... I think this one has an item, though, at it. Yep, there's an item here. There's an item, or is it just an enemy? Oh, well, either way, they're dead. Oh, that's nothing. From what the Ashura that they're talking about in this game is a goblin that used the relic and became a god. He's horrifying. Continuing on. Oh. I went into the fight them at one time. Oh, Earth Slash. Okay, never mind. Yeah, it's okay. I'll get some more muse points later. Okay. I wonder, is this creature going to inherit flame again? It did not! What did it inherit? I have to look now. Didn't inherit any... Okay, here it is. Goblin, Flyman, Daddy Longlegs. Last 3 meats eaten. Huh, weird. Oh well. Moving on. I forget there's actually anything else here. It's literally just that. Okay, now we go back upstairs. How's my connection rate today? Connection rate is... I'm checking my connection rates with my internet. It's pretty clear right now, so I'll keep rolling as long as the internet's stable. That's downstairs, and I go upstairs. I forget if there was... Yeah, I think there were pitfalls in our game. I know there was pitfalls in Legend 1. Gold gloves. Inseparables is currently the state of people. I forget there's a charge because I must have missed, but there's not. And now we're going to get to the absurd amount of enemies. Yeah, now that I get that monster power relic, he's actually doing some good damage. So I'm kind of happy I did that. So maybe that was my problem this whole time, was I kept on what I usually did was I gave the human the power one, I gave the mutant the magic one, I gave the I gave the human the agility one, I gave the robot the power one, and I would give the monster one the defense one. That was how I did when I was a kid. Because I always remember the monster dying so goddamn quick. Because of low HP. Because if you take a look at the monster, 45 HP compared to, which is half, oh no, sorry, not half, it's way, way, way lower than my mutant. Or, sorry, Esper. I'll never get over calling them a freaking mutant. But yeah, that kick's getting more powerful. If I remember correctly from the original game, the robot didn't actually get taijutsu power from anything. Oh well. Good to know that they fixed it. Okay, is this the last floor? I forget. Okay, I think, was this an axe? Yep, there's the axe. Yeah, that's right. Same amount of items. And our boss for this dungeon is a dinosaur. I'm gonna actually finish my longsword out of my main character before I switch to the battle axe. Mainly because I want to make sure he gets the accuracy boost. He's affected by sleep. His weakness is ice, but I'm not using it right away. Okay, then maybe I should. Oh, that's another thing about guns. Guns can go through shields. He has a lot more HP than I remembered. Surprised I didn't kill him. Fang Crush. Yeah, that was... wow. That was actually a surprising amount of damage. You're too late. Most of the words except the Lord Ashra. Huh. That's right. In this one, in the original one, he said Banzai because he sets off the bomb. In this one, he just explodes. So the rhinoceros. So apparently the dinosaur was loaded with explosives. Great. Fun to be had by all. Let's grab another relic. Giant's pickaxe. Oh, excavate. Now I can excavate the mini-map. Flame crystal. Defense crystal. Alright, so I'll go ahead and equip since it's not a timed event here. Yeah, the flame crystal actually, the new thing that they did was they gave all the elemental crystals a half-ass magic boost now. Also, if you have the element of crystal, fire attack, you null the damage from those elements. Handy if you knew what you were fighting, but then again, most of the bosses in this game didn't have a specific element, so maybe one or two of them did, but not many. Anyway, let's get out of here. And we can go start excavating. Let me turn on excavating. There we go. Before leaving, that's when Kai is out. Just drag her with us and go excavate real quick. Actually, I forget. Can I excavate without the ability to know where I'm going? Can't remember. Oh, one way to find out. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna continue on. Screw it. I'm coming back to the first world anyway, so. Oh wait, I want to go back and get the submachine gun real quick. That's what it was. Monsters are slightly faster in this one. From a spider to a... back to a newt. Stupid newt. Alright, I'm gonna head into speed up a little bit just because I don't want to do this all day here. There we go. Grabbing a submachine gun. long swords anymore. No those gloves. Yeah, give her that hammer too. Alright, and because the robot's not taking much damage, let's ditch that for the submachine gun. Which music are you listening to? Oh, the fact that when I hit the speed up button, which is if you're using the emulator I'm using, it's just tab. It's fairly funny to hear it like. Hold on 1 second. I'm actually gonna save state real quick. I'm gonna save state. Now I'm gonna hit reset. Listen to this real quick. Yeah, it's like a cacophony of ugh. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and I can load save state here. Alright, I'm gonna actually take a 2-minute break here. I'm gonna go ahead and give me a drink real quick. I'm gonna put a little BRB thing, and I'll be back to continue playing this.